What up, internet world out there? It's your boy Jermaine back with another bike review video. Today we are reviewing the KBO Breeze after 2,600 miles. Yes, you heard that right, 2,600 miles. This here is my daily driver. It's my everyday bike, and thought I would make a video talking about how this bike has treated me after 2,600 miles, and we can get up and close and we can check out the bike and see how it lasted after many miles. Yeah, so let's just jump right into this. All right, let's get up and close. Here is the KBO, and honestly I did not go out and clean the bike up and make the bike look all pretty for this review video. I wanted the bike to look just like it normally does. I want to say about 2 weeks ago I did go through and I sort of cleaned up all the wheels. I used alcohol and got around and cleaned up all the wheels, and you may notice near the front brake and stuff like that, lots of brake dust will build up, and once it gets on your fingers it's just really fine and kind of difficult to get off. So I just just went through, took my time, got a lot of the brake dust off, but that was more than a week ago, and I've been pushing this bike pretty much for the past 2 weeks, I would say. So it's definitely getting a little dirty. Let's flip it around and look at this brake from a different angle. Believe it or not, after 2,600 miles, these are the original tires, which can be very hard to believe. I have another bike, a fat tire bike. It has about 500 miles on it and it needs new tires, and this one has 2,600 miles on it, and I mean there's still some beads on here, and I think these tires will last a little bit longer. They do sound a little bit different. I guess they are a little smoothed out, so they sound a little bit different than before. But after 2,600 miles, if you're using this bike for a delivery bike, if you know that you can go 2,600 miles without changing the tires versus a fat tire bike where you go 2,600 miles and who knows, maybe you went through 3 tires, this bike has less maintenance. Here's the brakes up and close. I switched out these wheels, I got rid of the quick release and put these here for extra security. There's lots of brake dust around. You can see kind of how I sort of wiped it off, but it sort of accumulated right back up. And I definitely changed the brakes quite a bit on this bike. I don't think I've changed the front brake pads as much, but the rear brake pads, holy moly, I've changed those out quite a bit. Here we got the front of the bike. I'm just covering up the keyhole here because there's I don't want to show on camera what key number this is. This battery I have on the bike here, you guys may notice that this is not the right battery. This is a different battery. This here is the battery from my XJM bike. On days that I want to ride long distance, I'll just switch out the batteries, and I'll maybe go through this battery, and I'll have this battery at home charging, and then I'll have the HJM battery on the bike, and then I'll run that one down, and I'll go back home, and then both of those need to charge, and then I'll use the Aerial Rider battery to keep going. And then by the time I run the Aerial Rider battery down, this battery, one of those other two would be fully charged, so I can basically keep going all day, which is kind of cool, kind of unique. Let me get back here to the back. We can sort of look at the back brakes, the back components here for a second. Yeah, I definitely take these brakes off quite a bit in the back. Definitely go through brake pads quite a bit. The brakes can be a little tricky. I'm still tinkering with the brakes. I just noticed this whole back area stays really dusty. Out here in San Francisco, we got all these crazy hills and you have to use your brakes a lot, and I'm gonna keep it real. Just out here where I live, I go through brakes like crazy, but I also ride really rough, ride really hard, so it kind of makes sense why you go through brakes. But yeah, I definitely go through brakes, so it's all really dusty. One thing to point out about this chain here. Now about the chain here, usually on electric bikes, like an electric bike like this, this is just rule of thumb. I've heard this from a lot of delivery people. Usually these chains last about 2,000 miles, and then what'll happen is you'll start to get some slippage. And what'll happen is when the chain, the chain is just worn out, and you may get some slippage here, and basically that just means you need a new chain. And you every once in a while you just have to repair the chain. And I haven't ran into that problem yet, but once again, I do want to say that I ride this bike very different. There's a lot of times where I'm just using throttle only, and then there's also other times where I'm literally on the bike and I'm pushing it, yo. Like I am just pushing it. So there's a lot of, so I don't think my chain's gonna go out right at that 2,000 mark, because a lot of my miles are miles where I'm not pedaling. I'm just using the battery. So that's just something else to throw out there. I just noticed this down here. Maybe I've talked about this in another video, but I've kind of always forgot it's there. I guess you can put a water bottle. There. This back rack, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't really use this back rack for anything except for the bike lock. And I just kind of have the bike locks sit back here like this. It works very, very well, for a bike lock. So it just works good. I did switch out the quick release on the seats. If you're doing deliveries in the city, it's not a good idea to have those quick releases there. Some dishonest person could just walk by and pop and then run off with your seat, and now you're missing a bike seat, and that's just annoying. That's not cool. All right, so I guess I definitely have to show you guys the mileage. So we definitely have 2,618.6 miles. I have no idea why this says kilometers, but this is definitely miles per hour, because I use like different apps to track my mileage, and I'll like check the different app, and the app says I've went 5 miles, and I'll check this and it just went up 5 different miles. So I don't exactly know why it says km. Maybe it just says km, but it's still in miles per hour. KBO did send me another one of these to put on. Maybe it's one with miles per hour, but I just haven't installed it, because I believe if you take this off and put the other one on, it's going to reset your mileage. That's what I think, so I don't want to reset my mileage. And when they sent it to me, I think I was at like 800 miles already, so it wasn't like I was at like just 100 miles. I had already put like hundreds of miles on the bike, so I didn't want to switch it out. But if you would want to switch yours out and you don't have a lot of miles on your bike, or maybe you just got your bike, it could totally work out for you. One thing that is kind of annoying with this bike, it's not that big of a deal, but if I have to complain about one thing, is this grip. Now the reason why this grip slips so much on me is because honestly it's how I ride it. I do this thing where like I'm riding and I'm pushing right to left, and that's just gonna make this slide off. Now if I get up against a wall, it's really, really easy to push this down, but there's really no way to make it stay down because you've got the throttle here, so there's really no way to make it stay down. But it's not so hard to push, it's just one thing that is slightly annoying, but I don't even really pay it that much attention. Usually if it's not sliding out too far, like that works, where it was a minute ago, that was kind of far. I probably would have slid it in before I got on it to ride it again. But yeah, so far I love it. It's definitely my favorite e-bike that I own. It's my favorite e-bike that I own based on the weight. It's not that heavy, so it's very, very easy to jump on and maneuver through traffic. There's no lag. This is very important, and this is like key highlight of this video. You guys may wonder, what is lag? Some e-bikes, electric bikes have lag, and some e-bikes don't have lag. This bike has like 0 lag, yo. And what I mean by lag is when you're on the bike and you're pedaling, and you, like, let's say you're at a red light and you use the throttle to take off from the red light, and then let's say you want to pedal. Well, you won't experience any lag. You'll just go faster. Like, you won't experience any, like, lag. Some electric bikes, when you do that, you experience lag. There's another electric bike I have that works that way. I will, definitely talk about it in another video. But there's no lag, and that's very important if you like to ride a bike like a normal bike. Like if you want to ride an e-bike like a normal bike. I really like the speed on this bike. So it's capped at 22. Now there is a way you can hack it, but believe it or not, I actually haven't hacked it because the reason why I haven't hacked it, I don't know. I just don't really care about hacking it. You're gonna use a little bit more battery once you hack it. But there is a way to go above 22 miles an hour. I don't know if this is like the proper way, but I've just figured this out when I'm out like spinning in traffic. So like once you, like let's say you're at a red light and you're going 0 miles an hour. If you like pedal and you're pedaling really fast, you're gonna get up to 20 miles an hour really fast. But as you're pedaling, your body, you have this momentum, right? Like you're moving and you're already moving the chain and it's easy to move. Well, once you hit like 22 miles an hour, the motor's gonna cut off. But that's okay because your body is like pushing, your legs are just going. And sometimes it's easy to just break through that 22 mark. And it's kind of hard to break through the 22 mark on the KBO. But like if you can go, like it's been sometimes where I'll go from like 21 and I'm at like 23, and then I look down, I'm at 24, 25, 26, 27, and I'm at like 27 miles an hour on flat surface. I'm not even going down a hill, and it's pretty amazing. But believe it or not, it doesn't last that long because when you're going that fast, it's just your legs. The motor's cut off at that point, especially on my bike because I haven't hacked it. If you want to hack your KBO, there's tons of videos on YouTube that'll show you how to hack it. It's something in the settings where like you press a couple of these buttons a couple times, and then after you press the buttons a couple times, you do some stuff and you're able to go a little bit faster on your bike. So if that's something that is concern to you, or let's say you live in a place and you want to travel just a little bit faster to get to work, maybe it's a straight surface and you don't really care about using more battery, it could definitely be an option. Another day with the KBO. Yeah, love this bike. It's fun to ride. It's my favorite bike. I will be reviewing other bikes and comparing it to the KBO. And I've also have seen some requests. People want me to compare the KBO to other electric bikes. You guys just wait, those videos are coming. I'm super excited to make them for you guys. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to get a KBO, there will be a link in the description to get one of these KBOs. And thanks a lot for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, yo.